and welcome to Realty Buzz, your daily real estate reckoner, which gives you all the insights on construction, building, technology, infrastructure, and all that's buzzing in the world of real estate. This is Mansi Dave, and let's catch the top updates of the day. Coming on to the top stories, over 7 lakh housing units remain unsold in 8 major cities, and it will take more than 3 years to exhaust the inventories. The National Capital Region market had 1.9 lakh unsold homes as of June. Residential market, which is facing a huge slowdown in demand for last 3 to 4 years, would not see a recovery in the next 6 months. Housing sales dropped by 19% and new launches by 40% during January to June 2015 in 8 cities compared with the year ago period. These cities are Delhi NCR, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Pune, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad and Ahmedabad. Current unsold inventory level stands at over 7 lakh units, would take over 3 years to exhaust. The home launches have declined by 40% to 95,400 units in the first half of 2015, compared with 1.6 lakh units in the same period last year. Sales volume fell by 19% to 1,10,300 units from 1,36,000 units during the period under review. The next news on board says a panel examining real estate regulation bill gets extension. The committee, which was supposed to present its report, got the extension when the House supported the motion moved to this effect by the BJP member Anil Madhav Dave, who is heading the 21-member panel. A select committee of the Rajya Sabha examining a bill to establish a real estate regulatory authority for regulation and promotion of the both residential and commercial real estate sector in the country. The Real Estate Regulation and Development Bill has been referred by the Rajya Sabha to the select committee on May 6 for its examination with instruction to submit its report by the last day of the first week of the next session of Parliament. Besides seeking to establish the Real Estate Regulatory Authority for regulation and promotion of the real estate sector and to ensure sale of plot, apartment or building in the efficient and transparent manner, the bill is also meant for protecting the interest of consumers in the real estate sector. It also seeks to establish appellate tribunal to hear appeals on the decisions, directions or orders of the authority. The bill also has panel provisions such as imprisonment of developers for any violation of the proposed law. Under the original provision in the bill, builders can register with the regulator only if the project is on land exceeding 1,000 square meter. It is, however, learned that the select committee is now considering or recommended to cover housing projects on land below 1,000 square meter in the proposed real estate regulatory bill in order to protect small property buyers. Coming on to the next story, Brookfield may invest $1 billion in GVK. The transaction, which is not yet finalized, involves Brookfield investing $650 million through equity and $350 million in debt. Brookfield Asset Management, one of the world's largest investors in infrastructure and real estate, is in talks to acquire a large stake in the debt-laden GVK Power and Infrastructure for as much as $1 billion. The deal could be a game changer and the first instance of the big global investors snapping up India's troubled infrastructure assets, a major part of the stressed loan portfolio of domestic banks. The Hyderabad-based GV Krishna Reddy-led infra conglomerate is seeking a white knight to manage debts totaling $3.5 billion and an Australian coal mine acquisition that has gone awry. The listed GVK Power and Infra has beaten down market value to $40 million. The company, in which the GVK family holds 54%, owns non-renewable power plants, toll road assets and 2 marquee airports in Bengaluru and Mumbai. It has been working on listing the airports after a demerger. It is not clear whether the discussions with Brookfield cover airports. Post the transaction, Brookfield is expected to emerge as a company's top shareholder. A GVK spokesperson said he would not comment on speculative reports. Brookfield, through its external public relation agency, too, said that it doesn't comment on market speculation. Stalled projects, high debt and past projects that have turned commercially unviable now have impacted Indian infrastructure companies, with their total debt touching the highest level in more than a decade. Infrastructure builders, just as Jayaprakash Associates and GMR Infrastructure, have been restructuring their portfolio to pare debt. Infrastructure is a highly capital-consumptive sector. Nobody has infinite capital. Companies have to recycle assets like selling some of their portfolios or introducing investors to deleverage balance sheet and release funds from future growth, said Rahul Modi, head infrastructure, Ambit Corporate Finance. Canadian investor Brookfield, listed in New York and Toronto, manages assets worth rupees $200 billion across infrastructure and real estate. Its infrastructure unit buys into utilities, energies, and transportation assets globally, and has significant presence in Australian infrastructure, where GVK is grappling with the coal mines. Brookfield has plowed in over $1.6 billion into Indian real estate and infra assets. This includes the acquisition of IT parks from stressed Indian developer Unitech, an infrastructure fund with Kotak, and a real estate fund with the Ashok Piramal Group. GVK has 2,500 megawatts of operational and under development power plants, 1,500 lane kilometers of toll roads, and a proposed $10 billion integrated mine, rail and port project in Queensland, Australia. So on this note, we take a short break. You don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to Spin TV. Queried about the bank's plan to reduce the lending rates, Jain said a decision would be taken after the Reserve Bank of India announces its monetary policy next month. Welcome back after the break. The next news on board says Indian bank to e-auction seize properties next month. For delinquent loan accounts where the borrowing is less than rupees 1 crore, action against the SARFAESI Act, the Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act would be taken. Government-owned mortgage lender Indian Bank plans to hold an online auction of pledged properties in a major way. It plans to auction online the properties mortgage relating to around 280 accounts. Mr. M.K. Jain, Managing Director and CEO, said. He said the amount lent by the banks to the 280 loan accounts will be in the region of rupees 600 crore. He said the bank has been holding e-auctions on standalone basis, and next month the auction would be on the consolidated one. According to Jain, the bank has created a separate vertical to look into loan accounts above rupees 1 crore and monitor them closely. Jain said the bank has started sending SMS to the borrowers reminding them of the loan due repayments. Queried about the bank's plan to reduce the lending rates, Jain said a decision would be taken after the Reserve Bank of India announces its monetary policy next month. According to Jain, Indian Bank achieved a total business of deposits of rupees 1,75,438 crore and advances of rupees 1,24,998 crore during the first quarter of the current year. The bank curtailed the increase of non-performing assets to rupees 145 crore during the quarter under review, the lowest in the last 12 quarters. He said the bank closed the first quarter with a net profit of rupees 215 crore, up from rupees 207 crore logged during the corresponding period of previous year. Indian Bank posted a total income of around rupees 4,494 crore during the first quarter, up from rupees 4,144 crore earned during the first quarter of 2013-14. Jain said the bank shed high-cost deposits to the tune of rupees 2,585 crore to reduce its deposit cost to 6.94% from 7.14%. So on this note, it's a wraparound for this episode of Realty Buzz. We will be back with more on this. Till then, keep watching Spin TV. Goodbye and take care.